The question is given over here. The following is the standard specification of material for production of 1 unit of a product. Production during a month amounted to 1000 units. Material A 3 kg at rupees 12 per kg. Material B 2 kg at rupees 9 per kg. Following are the details of material actually used, material A and material B. In the previous session, I said that whenever there is no specification regarding the type of materials, then we take basically three kind of variances: material cost variance, material price variance, and material usage variance. Now, if we are given two types of materials, like in this question, material A and material B, we say in a production, two types of materials are used, material A and material B. So in this case, we will calculate all four kinds of variances, so all five kind of variances: material cost variance, material price variance, usage variance, mix, and yield variance. So let's start. First of all, for making the calculation of equations simple, we will calculate all the equations which are coming in the calculation of the various kind of variances. For example, the following is the standard specification of material for production of 1 unit. Standard specification, that is a standard quantity for material A, material B. Standard price is also given, and the actual quantity is 33 and 1800, and another is 13.20 and 8.40 per kg. Now let's start. It says, first of all, we will write all the formulas. First of all, if we want to make the calculation of all the equations easy, first of all, write all the formulas. Like material cost variance is equal to standard price into standard quantity minus actual quantity into actual price. Next is for material price variance, that is MPV is equal to SP into AQ minus AP into AQ. Next is material usage variance is equal to SP into SQ minus SP into AQ. Next is material mix variance. Material mix variance is equal to SP into RAQ minus SP into AQ. There is some typing mistake, SP into AQ. Next is material yield variance is equal to SP into SQ minus SP into RAQ. Now, to make the calculation easier, first of all, we will see what values we can calculate in an easy manner. First of all, let us calculate AQ into AP. AQ into AP. And this AQ into AP we will calculate separately for material A and material B. Now material A is 30.20 into 3300. It will give you Control Shift R, it's a rupees symbol, 43,560. Next is 8.40. We know 8.0 and this is actual price and this is actual quantity. So actual price into actual quantity will give you 8.40 multiplied by 1800. So it will give you 15,120. So total will be 58,680. Now next is SP into AQ. SP into AQ. That also we will calculate for material A and material B separately. For material A, SP into AQ, that is standard price we know given in the question is rupees 12 for material A and rupees 9 for material B. So it will be 12 into 3300 will give you rupees 39,600. For material B, 9 into 1800. $16,200. Now if we add these two figures, we will get a total of 55,800. Moving on further, let us calculate RAQ or SP into AQ. Sorry, SP into SQ. So these two figures we will also calculate for material A and material B. Material A, it will be standard price we know 12 and standard quantity, let me clear it. Standard quantity is giving 3 kg at the rate of rupees 12 per kg. We always calculate a standard standard quantity for standard price for actual quantity produced. 3 kg is for per kg. Is the, sorry, I repeat it again. 3 kg is the amount, is the quantity used at rupees 12 per kg. That is 3 kg is the quantity used in 1 unit. Now we have produced 1000 units. So how much quantity will be for 1000 units? It will be 3 into 1000. I repeat, 3 kg is the quantity given for 1 unit of production, standard quantity. Now we have actually produced 1000 units. So definitely what we will do, we will calculate the standard quantity for the actual quantity produced. That is 3 into 1000 will give you 3000. It will be 3000. Next is material B, 9. Similar is the case we will apply in material B. 2 kg is for 1 unit of production, and for 1000 it will be 2000. So SP into SQ will be 54,000. Now, revised actual quantity is equal to actual mix into standard mix ratio. We need to have revised actual quantity beforehand for calculating the material mix variance. So we will calculate revised actual quantity so that there is no problem in further calculation of material mix variance. We will paste it over here. For material A, revised actual quantity, the formula says revised actual quantity is equal to actual mix into standard mix ratio. And we have formula is SP into RAQ, and we will multiply this particular value with standard price so that we don't face any problem further. We are calculating all the values over here beforehand, and we will directly put all these calculated values in a formula so that we don't face any problem further. Standard price we all know for material is 12, and we will multiply it by actual mix into standard mix ratio. Actual mix is the amount of actual mix we have applied. That is 3300 plus 1800. It will be 5100 multiplied by standard mix ratio. Standard mix ratio is like material A is 3 and material B is 2. So standard mix ratio will be 3 divided by 5. We have to take a ratio value. So for material A, it will be 3 and divided by 5, that is 3 plus 2, 5. And it will be 3 divided by 5. And this particular calculation this problem is really a big problem. I'm really sorry for this, but let me see how to solve this typing mistake. Okay. I think that's better. Okay. It will be now similar calculation we will do for material B. We know standard price for material B is rupees 9. multiplied by actual mix, and again multiplied by no problem. I was just trying in order to save time. Let's just copy and paste and write 2 over here. Other things are same. So it is standard mix ratio. Standard mix ratio means the standard quantity for material divided by the ratio, that is 3 plus 2 upon 5. Ratio of total standard quantity. And the figure will come out to be 18,360. 18,360. Total will be now. I think we have done all the basic calculations. The only thing which is remaining is to put all these values in the formula. So first thing which we will calculate over here is material cost variance. Material cost variance, we all know standard price into standard quantity minus actual quantity into actual price. Standard price into standard quantity value we have calculated over here, which is rupees 54,800. Then minus actual quantity into actual price we have calculated over here. It will be again there is certain typing mistake. Minus it is 58,600. So this is all about your, again this is certain typing mistake, no problem, we will write it like this. It is taking place. No problem, we will type it again. It is rupees 54,000 minus control shift 58,680. I think that is pretty understood. Now after deducting this value, it is showing in red because this value is greater than this value, and it will be 4680. After calculation, the answer will be 4860, and this is a minus figure. So naturally, as we have discussed in our previous class, when the minus figure is coming, we will write adverse in front of that particular variance. Next is material price variance. Material price variance is equal to SP into AQ minus AP into AQ. SP into AQ we have calculated over here is rupees 55,800. and we will subtract 58,680. That is AQ into AP. So it will be no problem. We will write it by using keyboard so that there is no confusion, because when we are inputting any symbol, it is taking that thing into formula, which is already there in your Excel database. So it will be 2880. 2880. It will be adverse. No problem. We will write in a simple form so that it don't that Excel usually when we type symbols, it usually take things into formula format. So we will write in a simple way without using equal sign. So this is your rupees 2880 adverse. Next is material usage variance. Material usage variance, we know the formula is this SP into SQ minus SP into AQ. SP into SQ, we all know it's, we have already calculated, it's rupees 54,000. And we have to deduct SP into AQ. SP into AQ, we have already calculated rupees 55,800. So we will simply copy it. Let's put minus sign over here. Let's put it that way. So it will be very easy to calculate. Material usage variance is equal to 54,000 minus 55,800. Again, it will give you 1800 value, which is minus, and it will be symbolized as adverse value. Next is material mix variance. Material mix variance is calculated as follows. Formula is SP into RAQ minus SP into AQ. SP into RAQ, we have already calculated, it's 55,080. So we will copy it here, 55,080 and minus SP into AQ. SP into AQ we have already calculated, which is 55,800. So it will give you the value of rupees 720, which is again adverse. Next is material yield variance. Material yield variance. Material yield variance is, we know SP into SQ we have already calculated is 54,000 minus 55,080. That is SP into RAQ. 80. It will be 1080 adverse. So material yield variance comes up to be 1080. Now you can see in all these questions, in all these solutions, all the variances are adverse. Adverse in the sense they all are all unfavorable variance. Now you can verify your answer. As I have discussed in the previous session, that you can verify your answer with the help of an equation like MUV, which comes out to be material cost variance. We know 4680 adverse, and we know material price variance is 2880 plus, they all are adverse, and 1800. This is adverse and this is also adverse. It will come 4680 adverse. So we can see that left hand side is equal to right hand side. So this equation is verified. Similarly, another equation is material usage variance is equal to material mix variance plus material yield variance. Material usage variance is 1800 adverse and material mix variance we know 720 adverse plus 1080 adverse. 1800 is equal to 1800. So these both left hand side is equal to right hand side, and this equation is verified. So with these equations, you can actually check your answers whether the calculations you have done are correct or not. Moving on further, let me brief you up again this particular question so that if there is any confusion in your mind, that will be sorted out. The following is the standard specification of material for production of 1 unit of a product. Production during a month amounted to 1000 units. Material A 3 kg at rupees 12 per kg. Material B 2 kg at rupees 9 per kg. The following are the details of materials actually used. Material A 3300 kg at rupees 13.20 per kg. Material B 1800 kg at rupees 8.40 per kg. First of all, to make the calculation easy, you need to write all the formulas of all the variances. As in the previous session, I discussed that it has been specified in the question that two kinds of materials are used, material A and material B. So in this particular question, you will calculate all five kinds of material variances. So first of all, write down all the formulas and see what values you need to derive in order to fulfill the criteria of your formula. In material cost, we need SP into SQ, AQ into AP. You work out that what calculations you need to do and are mostly common in all the formulas so that your calculation will be easy. First of all, we see AQ into AP. AQ into AP will be utilized in material price variance formula, in material cost variance formula, in material. It will be utilized in both the formulas. So if you will calculate it, your half job will be done. So AQ into AP, we will calculate the all these AQ into AP for material A and material B separately. Actual quantity given in the question is 13.20 and actual quantity is given at 3300 kg and price is given 13.20. So what you will do, you will multiply them and all these work out all this AQ into AP and you will get the total of AQ into AP. Next is SP into AQ. SP into AQ, you can see that you are utilizing in this particular formula and in usage variance. So you will also calculate material A and material B separately. So we know what is the standard price, it is 12, and we know what is actual quantity, it is 3300, and we will multiply, get the value, derive the value, and after totaling we will get the answer. Next is SP into SQ. SP into SQ. SP into SQ is material usage variance. It will be utilized in material cost variance. It will be utilized in material usage variance. It will be utilized in material yield variance. So material A is 12 into 3000. Now what is the one thing which must be noticed, why we have taken standard quantity as 3000 instead of 3? Because 3 kg is utilized when 1 unit of a production is produced. Now we have actually produced 1000 units. So whenever you are calculating quantity, standard quantity is always calculated on the basis of actual quantity produced. So 3 kg is for 1 unit. For 1000 units, it will be 3000 kg. Similarly, 2 kg is for 1 unit. For 1000 units produced, its standard quantity will be 2000 kg. So you must be very careful while doing this standard quantity, while inputting the value of standard quantity in standard quantity formula. Material A 12 into 3000, which will give you 36,000. Material B 9 into 2000, which will give you 18,000. Now you will do the total and you will get 54,000. Similarly, SP into RAQ. We know the formula for material mix variance is SP into RAQ. And RAQ is this revised actual quantity which is calculated with the help of actual mix into standard mix ratio. Now, SP into RAQ for material A is 12 into what is actual mix? Actual mix is 3300 plus 1800, 5100, and standard mix ratio. Standard mix ratio is 3 divided by 5, and for material B 2 divided by 5. 3 plus 2 5. So for 3 divided by 5, similarly SP into actual mix into standard mix ratio 2 divided by 5 for material B, and when we will calculate these values and after that we will add these values and we will get the value that is 55,080. Now as these all values have been calculated, now our job is very simple. We will input all these values into the formula. Material cost variance is equal to SP into SQ minus AQ into AP. SP is 54,000 minus AP into AQ is rupees 4860. Material price variance SP into AQ minus AP into AQ, it will give you 2880 adverse. Similarly, material usage variance SP into SQ minus SP into AQ. SP into SQ we have already calculated over here 54,000, and SP into AQ we have calculated is 55,800, and we will subtract these values, we will get 1800 adverse. Material mix variance is equal to SP into RAQ. We have already calculated SP into RAQ 55,080. We will input this value into this particular formula, and then we will get SP into AQ. SP into AQ is 55,800. Again, we will input this value into this particular formula. We will get 720 Ns. Material yield variance, similarly, we will input all the values we have calculated. Now, another interesting thing to be noted is we can verify a question with the help of an equation. Material cost variance is equal to MPV plus MUV is equal to 486. We will input all these values into this particular formula and see, and we will see if left hand side is equal to right hand side, then material usage variance is equal to material mix variance plus material yield variance, which is again we will see if left hand side is equal to right hand side. Yes, we got all the values where both left hand side is equal to right hand side, hence our equation is verified and all the values have been calculated are correct. So in this way you can understand that it is a very extensive calculation while calculating the questions related to standard costing, but we need to understand the tricks where we can simplify our calculations and justify the problem. So I think that's all for the day. Thank you for watching.